You cannot grasp everything into your mind because our classes are completely practicals. Only today today is our first session and last theory session. Tomorrow onwards there will not be any more theory. It will be completely practicals, that too with real time scenarios, whatever I teach. There is no theoretical session. That's why when we are learning practically, we cannot grasp everything into our mind. That's why I will be recording the sessions and I will be giving the videos of the session also to you. And throughout the course, I'll be giving regular notes. Throughout the course, I'll be giving regular notes. I'll be giving regular materials. All the softwares related to work with the Selenium, from where to download, how to install, what is the purpose of each and every software. Pin to pin, I will be guiding you very clearly here. See, most of the people when you have called me, you have said that, sir, I am completely from non-IT background, I am from mechanical, civil. Will I be able to learn this course and get a job? Yes, 100% sure, anyone will be able to learn this course and get a job. Okay, anyone can do this because I am going to teach you from the scratch, from zero onwards, considering that you don't know anything. I am going to start from the scratch. Okay. See, I have trained the people who are from mechanical, civil, B Pharmacy, BA, BCom, LLB, these kind of backgrounds I have trained, and they are working in top MNCs as well now. With that confidence, I am telling that I can train anyone and I can make you to get job also. Okay, and this iteration will continue for 1.5 month of course. And at the end of the course, I will make you to work on real-time project also. So that I will totally convert you like how an experienced guy works. So that you can keep experience and try. Where you can keep up to 3 to 4. Sir, of course, I have joined here to keep, I have some year gaps, I have joined here to keep experience and try. But I don't know where to get the fake experience certificates, how to try out for the jobs and all those things. Will you help us? Yes, sure. Even for that also, I will help you from where to get the fake experience certificates, how to try out for the jobs. All these things I will help you. Sure, I will help you. Okay, and yes. See, after finishing the real-time project, what I will be doing here, I will be taking a mock interview for you. Based on that, I will prepare resume, help you how to find out jobs. Everything I will help you. Just a minute. After completing the real-time project, what I will be doing here is, I will be taking a mock interview. Based on that, I will prepare resume. I will help you what kind of projects you have to add into your resume. What are your roles and responsibilities you have to add into your resume? What kind of interview questions you will be getting? How to answer as a fresher? How to answer as an experienced? Complete end-to-end guidance I will be providing from my side. Okay. And if you honestly practice whatever the topics I teach here, I can guarantee to get a job and I can give it to you. Because I have tie-up with almost 89 companies where I can refer you to those companies and I can make you to get placed also. In worst case, if I am unable to give you the job also, I have my own projects, I can make you to work on that also. You can see in institute, few people will be sitting and practicing here. Some 78 students, not students, employees will be sitting and practicing here. Because they are not students, actually they have joined as students and I have hired them for my projects. I have my own projects also, where I have bought it from Australia and I am running that projects. Okay, it's just a small startup, it's not a big one. Even I can make you to hire for that also, but based upon your skill set, if you honestly practice whatever I teach, then I can help you on the placements. That's not an issue at all. Okay, and our classes will, okay sir, we are ready to join here. Whatever I tell, we'll believe you. But I don't know whether the classes are good or bad or fast or slow. How can we come to know about that? If you have that doubt, my humble suggestion is listen at least 3 to 4 sessions initially. Our classes are from Monday to Friday only, no classes on Saturdays and Sundays. And for your batch, there are a lot of leaves. Okay, because of Christmas, New Year, Pongal, all this falls under your batch only. Normally, I will be having at least 20 students per 15 to 20 students, but your batch strength is also quite less. because since I am telling that there will be a lot of leaves, most of them are dropping. Of course, I cannot do anything for that. Okay, in your batch we have only 9 students, 7 online and 2 offline. Okay, and our my humble suggestion is listen at least 3 to 4 sessions initially. Later on you can decide, because in the day one itself I cannot make you to install Selenium and start working with Selenium and do all those things. Why? Because there are a lot of prerequisites what it is required. If you learn those prerequisites first properly, then if you start working with Selenium, actually Selenium is very easy. But most of the people don't do that at all. Without knowing the prerequisites itself, directly they will be stepping with Selenium. Initially they might feel easy. Later on they will feel lot of difficulty. Why? Because they will be lagging with the prerequisites. That's why what I recommend to anyone, first learn the prerequisites first properly, then start working with Selenium. Actually Selenium is very easy. Understood? And sir, is it better to attend the classes online or offline? Most of them have that confusion. Okay, you can join however you want, you can join, it's your choice. Anyhow, I will be sitting here in institute and I will be taking the class. But my suggestion is to go with online only. Why? Because even though if you are attending online also, you will be able to see my blackboard. Whatever I write in the blackboard, you will be able to see my blackboard. I am just writing as December 21. This 21. You will be able to see my blackboard. Anyhow, I will be sharing the screen. You will be able to see my desktop. Okay. When you can ask doubts if you have anything. If you have any doubts also, you can unmute and you can ask your doubts. You have all the permissions to unmute and you can ask the doubts also. Okay. And whenever I am working with some URLs, for example, if I am working on some URLs like this, I will copy this URL and I will send it to your Zoom chat directly while you are working. But if you are attending online, while you take down this URL, you will miss something if it is quite lengthy URLs. That's why if you attend online, it will be an advantage for you. You will be getting that. Anyhow, after the class also, I will send these links to your mail. That's secondary. But during the class itself, you will be getting all those things. That's why I recommend to take the classes. And one more thing, after completing the course also, most of the companies are giving work from home. If you are able to listen to classes over online and do the homework, I will be giving regular homeworks. If you do the work over online and submit it to me, you will be learning a lot of online etiquettes. Okay, it will be quite easy for you. Hello? 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 Oh. I don't. And that is what? You will learn lot of online etiquettes. It will be easy for you to do work from home. Okay, that is why I recommend to take the classes over online. Still, if you say no sir, I want to attend only offline, of course you can come, it's your choice. But my recommendation is to go with online only. Try for few classes. If it is not feasible, then at least you can come directly. If you are just, I'll block it. If you are listening, if you are, see, why I am telling you this in the sense, during the first wave and second wave of COVID, few people came for offline classes, they have attended well and they learned well and they got the job. All of a sudden when second wave came, right, people don't know how to connect over online, they don't know online etiquettes. 2 people have literally left the job itself because of that. From that time onwards, I am forcing people to take the classes over online. Still, if you say, no sir, I have to come for offline, of course you can come, it's your choice. It is left over to you. Okay, and our classes will be completely practicals, no theory sessions. It will be completely practicals, that too with real-time scenarios what I will be teaching here. Okay, and coming to our automation course syllabus. This is our automation course syllabus. Okay, today we are going to learn the basics of testing and automation. Tomorrow I will teach you the basics of HTML. Next session, Tuesday will be our next session, I guess so. Monday is Christmas, right? Yeah, Monday is Christmas. Tuesday we will be learning element locators. Wednesday XPath. Likewise, one each day we will cover one each topic. One each day we will cover one each topic. Okay. Coming to the basics of Java, not only one day, it will take around 4 to 5 days. Then you might ask a question, sir, in that 4 to 5 days, will we be able to cover the complete Java? No. First of all, complete Java is not required for us. We are not developers, we are testers. A little bit basic core Java concepts is sufficient. That little bit basic core Java concepts I will teach in that 4 to 5 days. With that knowledge, we can start stepping with Selenium. Again, in between Selenium, I will be teaching lot of Java concepts as well. And at the end of the course, I will be making you to work on different kinds of frameworks like data-driven framework, TestNG framework, hybrid framework with a real-time project, page object model, Maven, Jenkins, Cucumber, complete end-to-end part which is required to work as an experience. That I will be guiding you here. And while you are attending the class, make sure that don't have any background noise. If you are attending online, mouse over on your microphone always and keep attending the class. When I ask some questions, you can unmute and you can ask the doubts. Have your notebook and pen with you so that I will be giving regular notes to you. That's the way how you attend the class. Okay, don't sit in front of TV watching movie one side, watching class another side. Don't do that. If you are not such interested, it's better you can drop out the class from now, from the first day itself. Okay, don't attend for time pass. I will be giving lot of homeworks for you every day. You have to do the homeworks. Today we will not have. From tomorrow onwards, surely you will have homeworks. Okay, that's it all about our introduction. Now if you have any doubts, you can ask, guys. It's your turn to ask the doubts. Any doubts what you have? No. If you don't have any doubts also, you can tell no doubts so that I can continue further. Any doubts, guys? No. Okay. And it's better always attend through. Purni, please attend through. Attend through laptop. Don't attend through mobile. Okay, from tomorrow onwards at least. Today it's okay. From tomorrow onwards, attend through laptop because it will be crystal clear to attend the classes, to see the desktop, whatever I am sharing and all those things. That's why attend the same link. You can open the WhatsApp through your laptop and just click on that link. It will open. Okay. Guys, do you have any other doubts, guys? Or online, guys, can you please unmute and reply me whether you have doubts or not? No. Okay. Fine. Let me continue. First and foremost, I am going to discuss you what is meant by testing, what the word testing means. I am not discussing anything about hardware testing or software testing or manual testing or automation testing or anything. In general, what the word testing means. What the word testing means. Testing. What is the word testing means? I'm telling that I'm not discussing it. Okay, I have a ballpoint pen in my hand. Whenever this pen is being manufactured, it has to be tested thoroughly. Then only it has to be released into the market. Blindly, as soon as they manufacture, they won't release that into the market, right? As soon as they manufacture, they won't release that into the market. What are the different ways just a minute. What are the different ways how I can test this? What are the different ways how I can test this pen? Sir, pen is a quite small example. Let us take a better example. There is a car. There is a car called Audi Q8 car. There's the new upcoming model car in Audi. Okay. When the first model of the car is being manufactured, it has to be tested thoroughly. Then only it has to be released into the market, right? What are the imagine that now I am an automobile tester where I have to test this Audi Q8 car. I have joined in that company as a tester to test that car. What are the different ways how I can test that car if I am an automobile tester? See, if I am an automobile tester, right, what I will do, I will take the car, drive the car in more than 150 or 180 speed. Even at 150 speed or 180 speed also, there should not be any vibrations in the car. Because I am buying that for 1 crore 25 lakhs. At least 180 or 200 speed I have to experience. Okay, in my Maruti Suzuki car itself, I am experiencing 160. At least in Audi, I have to experience 200, right? Even though there is no limit, I have to see that. That is called speed test. Okay, I'll go and hit the car in more than 80 speed. Make sure that airbags are opening, safety equipments are working fine. Nowadays, there are advanced features. A ring will dial to the police automatically, 100 or 108, and fire extinguishers will open automatically and fire will not happen. Lot of advanced features are there for crash testing nowadays. Okay, first one, speed test. Second, crash test, crashing the car and testing. Third, I'll fill the car for 50 liters. I have to drive for 500 kilometers. I have to get a mileage of 10 kilometers per liter. As per the specification, whatever the client has, in company they would have said that during the specifications itself, this car should give a mileage of 10 kilometers per liter. Okay, like that. It has to reach a particular, there is a BMW car which gives 61 kilometers mileage. That's the highest top rated mileage car. BMW M3 or some car is there. Like that, in this Audi Q8 also, they would have given the specification that it has to give a mileage of 10 kilometers per liter. It has to give that also. Next, under a particular conditions it has to give. Not in all the conditions. If you are going in 180 speed and if you are asking 10 mileage, right, it won't give. You have to go on an average of 80 kilometers to a particular distance. There are certain rules to achieve the mileage also. You have to test in such a condition. First one, speed test. Second, crash test. Third, economy test. That is called economy or mileage testing. Fourth, I will drive the car in different speed levels and apply the brakes. Make sure that brakes are working properly. Fifth, either the accelerator is working fine. Sixth, either the clutch is working fine. Next, either the gears are working fine. Either the steering is working fine. Either the doors are working fine. Windows are working fine. Headlights are working fine. Tail lamps are working fine. AC is working fine. Sound system is working. Likewise, each and every part of the car has to be tested thoroughly. Then only that product has to be released to the customer. That is how the product should be tested. Am I correct, guys? Yes or no? The same, see, if I give a car for you to test it, okay, if they give a car for me to test it, directly if I go and hit the car in more than 80 speed, that is crash test. If I do the crash test in the beginning itself, later on to do the other test cases, I cannot keep on asking one each car from the company. If I do like that, right, company will go into the losses in the beginning itself. They will shut down the company and they will go home. Everyone has to go home. Even the company owner and the employees has to go home. That is what it will happen, right? As soon as if you get any product, if they tell you to test it, don't blindly start doing the testing. What you have to do, understand the product. First, understand the product. Write the test cases. First step, understand the product. What is the mission, vision of the project, how it works, what are the specifications of the project, everything understand. That is the first step. Second step, write the test cases according to that. Then rearrange the test case. Which test case has to be tested first and which test case has to be tested next, like that. Rearrange the test cases. Then get reviewed of those test cases from the manager. Once manager says okay, then start doing the testing. Execute the test cases. Then submit the results. This is the step-by-step procedure. I have said you 6 steps now. One is understand the product. Second, write the test. Third, get reviewed of those test cases. Fourth, first understand the product, write the test cases. Third, rearrange the test cases. Fourth, get reviewed of those test cases. Then fifth, execute the test cases. Sixth, submit the results. Okay, this is called testing life cycle. If you properly follow the testing life cycle, right, you won't waste much resource. Directly, blindly, without having any idea, if you start doing the testing, you will waste lot of resource. That's why whenever they tell you to do any testing, first ask about the specification. You have to ask about the software requirements, the SRS document. They will give the, if you are doing software testing, then you have to give they will give you the SRS, software requirement specification. Based on that, start writing the test cases, get reviewed of those test cases, execute that, get reviewed of those test cases, execute the test cases and submit the results. This is the procedure. This is called testing life cycle. In companies also, they will be keep on telling, follow the proper hierarchy, follow the proper testing life cycle. They will keep on telling, forcing you to do that, because if you mismatch that, right, you will waste lot of resource. That is how any product will be tested, either it might be a hardware or software product. See, only today's class will be the theory class, a bit boring, guys. From tomorrow onwards, it will be very, very interesting. Don't worry about that. Trust me. Okay. This is how any product will be tested. Don't think that, sir, you are taking only theory class. Directly we cannot step into the practicals. Before that, we have to know what is what. Then only we have to go into the practical part. That's why only today I will be taking the class for another 20 minutes like that. That's it. Okay. Next. This is how any hardware product or any product will be tested. The same way when it comes to the point of software. The same way when it comes to the point of software. Whenever any software product is being built, it has to be tested thoroughly. Whenever any software product is being built, it has to be tested thoroughly. Then only it has to be released into the market. Whenever any software product is being built, it has to be tested thoroughly. Imagine that I am working for a company called Google. Imagine that I am working for a company called Google and I am working for a product called Gmail. I am working for a company called Google and I am working for a product called Gmail. If I want to test the login page of Gmail, what I have to do? First, I need to open the browser, open the URL called gmail.com. First test case. I will give a correct username, wrong password and click on login. It should not get logged in. It should not get logged in, right? Wrong password. Okay. Second test case. Wrong username, correct password and click on login. It should not get logged in. Negative ways I am testing. Third test case. Give a wrong username, wrong password and click on login. It should not get logged in. Fourth test case. Without giving anything, click on login. It should not get logged in. Fifth test case. Give a correct username, correct password and click on login. It should get logged in. To test a small login scenario of Gmail itself, I am applying 5 different test cases to test that. Am I correct? To test a small login scenario itself, I am applying 5 different test cases. The same way, when it comes to the point of software, if I want to test the complete Gmail product, right? This is the Gmail. I have multiple options in the Gmail like compose, inbox, tab, snooze, send mail categories, labels. When it comes to the point of settings, in settings itself, there will be several settings. Right? If I want to test this complete Gmail product, there will be thousands of test cases. Just for a small login scenario itself, I have 5 test cases. In that case, if I want to test all these combinations, right, there will be thousands of test cases. Am I correct or not? Yes. Right. Imagine that to test this Gmail product, exactly there are 1,000 test cases to test this Gmail product. Imagine that exactly there are 1,000 test cases to test this Gmail product. Can I alone sit and test all those 1,000 test cases within one day if I want to test it? Can I alone sit and test all those 1,000 test cases? Even though if I am a manager, I am talking about manual testing. Manually if I am testing and if there are 1,000 test cases, can I alone sit and test all those 1,000 test cases? Even though if I am a manager or managing director or CEO or whomever I might be for a company, can I alone sit and test all those 1,000 test cases, guys? Is it possible for me to test all those 1,000 test cases? No, it's not possible, right? On an average, one employee can test only 30 test cases per day. If you are testing manually, few of them will tell, no sir, in my company we will test only 3 or 4 test cases. Few of them used to tell we will test 100 test cases, like that. On an average, I am telling, one employee can test only 30 test cases per day. Okay, imagine that if there are 1000 test cases, how many employees do I require to test all those 1000 test cases? One employee can test only 30 test cases, and there are 1000 test cases. In that case, how many employees do I require? A small calculation, what I am asking you. There are 1000 test cases, guys. One employee can test only 30 test cases. In that case, how many employees do I require? If I have 2, then they can test only 60. Like that. How many employees do I require? 1000 plus 30, yeah. How? Yeah, that is what I am asking you now. What is that estimation? One employee can test only 30 test cases, and there are 1000 test cases. 1000 divided by 30 is 33.33. 30 into 30 is 900. That is what a simple calculation, right? And 3 more employees for 90 test cases. 33 plus I require. 34 employees I require. And one more spare employee I will hire. Totally I will hire 35 employees. I require 35 employees if there are 1000 test cases. Am I correct or not? Right? I require almost 35 employees. What I will do, I will hire 35 employees. Imagine that I am a manager, I will hire 35 employees. As a manager, what I will do, I will divide 30 each test case to 1 each employee. I will divide 30 each test case to 1 each employee. And I will tell them to start doing the testing. They will take the whole day to test it. By evening, they will submit the results to me. If they are testing manually, they require at least 1 day to test those 1000 test cases. People like me, if they finish the testing by afternoon itself also, we won't submit the results. Do you know why we won't submit the results? If I submit the results, they will give some more task for me to do. They will give some more test case for me. That's why what I do when I am working, right now I am a manager, I am not doing all these small chota mota works and all. Okay, I am doing only managerial works now. Okay, I am not writing any automation test case or anything. I am just manage and solve the doubts for people, all those things there. When I am working, even if I am as a manual tester, if I do finish the testing by afternoon 11 o'clock itself also, I won't submit the results. I will draft the mail, keep everything ready. I won't click on send button, that's it. I will keep it and I will send night at 11 o'clock like that only. Do you know why I do that? The other time I will keep on doing my personal work. I have a lot of personal work. You don't know what is, you know what is my personal work also. All this institute management, all these works, I will sit in office and I will do all those things. By evening, night 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, I will send a mail. Do you know why I do that? They will think that I am very good hard worker, working till night 11 o'clock and sending the results at night. They will think like that, of course. They cannot keep on coming and seeing in my laptop each and every minute. They cannot do that, right? Okay, that is why these things happens in manual testing. Cheating, all these things can be done in manual testing. But in automation, those things are not possible. Most of the people does that. They will finish the work, or else they won't finish the work. They will take in the evening and they will do it hurry-burry and they will submit the results. Playing foosball, playing TT in office, table tennis in office, going to coffee, coming back after 1 hour to cafeteria. These things they will do it. Those things cannot be done in automation. Manual testing, we can do all these cheatings. Okay. By evening, if they submit the results to me, okay, I have divided 30 test case to 1 each employee and they have did the testing. By evening, they submit the results. What are all the failed test cases are there? I will take only those failed test cases and I will tell the developers to fix those failed test cases. Developer will fix those test cases. Developer will fix those test cases and again the next day when testers come, again I will tell the testers to test it, whether they have fixed it properly or not. If they have fixed it, okay. If they have not fixed it, again I will tell the developers to fix it. Again I will tell the testers to test it. This iteration will happen for 3 to 4 times. And finally, if the product is bug free, it will be released to the customer or client. Okay. After releasing the product to the customer or client also, we have to keep on doing the same set of testing every day. Why? Why? Because there will be some or the other updates to the product. Whenever there is a new updates which is coming up to the product, the existing functionalities also should work fine. That's why as a regular practice, we will be keep on doing the same set of testing every day. Understood? See, for example, this meet option is not there earlier. This meet option is not there before 1 year. Recently they have implemented before 1 year, right? When they implement this meet option, if login is not working fine, or else if I am unable to send a mail, is it good? No. When they implement the new functionality, the existing functionalities also should work fine. That's why, as a best practice, we will be keep on doing the same set of test cases every day until unless the product is there, until unless some or the other updates keeps on happening. There will be always some or the other updates which keeps on happening. Until unless the product is there, we will have to keep on doing the same set of testing every day. Imagine that this Gmail is going to be, guys, don't leave the session without my permission, because at the end I have to get all your mail IDs to send the videos to you guys. That's why don't leave the session. We have another 10 more minutes. Just keep hold. Okay. Now, whenever there is a new updates coming up, the existing functionalities also should work fine. That's why until unless the product is there, we have to keep on doing the same set of testing. Imagine that this Gmail is going to be there for next another 50 to 60 years. For next 50 to 60 years also, I have to keep on hiring these 35 employees. I have to hire these 35 employees, and I have to keep on doing the same set of testing every day. Am I correct? Do you think so it's that easy to hire these 35 employees for next 50 to 60 years? Do you think so it's that easy to hire these 35 employees for next 50 to 60 years? No. It's not that easy to hire these 35 employees for next 50 to 60 years. It's quite challenging task. If one employee goes out, again I have to hire a new one. If another goes out, again I have to hire a new one. If I quit the job also, company has to hire a new one on behalf of me, which is not that easy to hire these 35 employees. That's why, to avoid this mess up work, what the software experts did is, they came up with a strategy called automation. If these 35 employees sit and work for next 1 month or 1.5 months, they can automate these 1,000 test cases. After 1.5 months, after automating these 1,000 test cases, we can remove all the 34 employees, and only one employee is sufficient to manage those 1,000 test cases. And that too, if I tell that one employee to test those 1,000 test cases through automation, he will quickly test within 1 hour and he will give the results within 1 hour. Through automation, we can save lot of time, lot of manpower will be saved. Lot of advantages are there if you go with automation. That's why almost all the companies have literally stopped using manual testing, and everyone started switching to automation. No company is using manual testing nowadays. Slowly, few companies are using, they also will get migrate to automation. Even if they have openings on manual testing nowadays, they are hiring only automation engineers only. Do you know why? Why? Because in future, if they get the automation project right, they can utilize the same employees. Or else if they hire the manual testers, they have to remove them and hire a new automation engineers. Or else they have to train them. Even if they train them, they won't work properly because of lagging with the experience and all those. That's why they are hiring only automation engineers now. There is no scope for manual testing. Scope is becoming zero nowadays for manual testing. That's why we are not going to concentrate anything on manual testing, and we are going to learn completely about the automation only here. Are you understanding this? See, I am going to tell you one simple example, guys. There is a car called Ambassador car, right? From 1970s they used to manufacture that. Okay. Earlier in 1990s and 1970s and all, Hindustan Motors is the company which manufactures that Ambassador car. There will be thousands of employees working in that Hindustan Motors company, but hardly they will manufacture 1 or 2 cars per day. Why? Because everything they have to do it manually, assemble it manually, and they have to manufacture that car. Right? But now when you see this Hyundai car manufacturing company in Chennai, right? There will be thousands of employees working, but every 1 minute they have to bring one car out. In a hour, they have to bring 60 cars out, irrelevant of model, whatever it might be. Because they have to supply throughout the globe and all those things. They have a lot of supply chain is big for them. They have to supply to them, everyone. How they are achieving that? Everything is done through robots. The same repeated work, whatever they are doing, fixing the bolt, fixing the headlamps, all these things, repeated works, they are doing it through robots. Manual interaction is very less in that. That's why they are able to achieve that output. Okay, everything is been automated. The same way when it comes to the point of automation, testing also here, the same repeated work whatever we are going to do for another 50 to 60 years, we are going to write a piece of code and we are going to automate that. How to do that? That is what we are going to learn in our course. Are you understanding this, guys, what I am telling? Yes. This is what we are going to learn in automation. Okay. We are not going to learn anything about manual testing. Let us start learning about automation. Let us start learning about automation. In automation, there are several tools available in automation like QTP, Selenium, Ranorex, Test Complete, Rational Robot by IBM, Silk Test, Vatir. There are many modes. There are many tools available in the software industry, but out of that most of the people knows only about QTP and Selenium. QTP is the first automation tool invented in the software industry in the year 1998, and officially they have released in the year 2000. Later on in the year 2004 only Selenium came into the existence and all the other tools came later. Okay, see, when we see the statistics of around 2004 to 2005, 2004 to 2005, what happened at the time in the sense, 70% of the companies used to use QTP at that time. 20% of the companies are using Selenium. 10% of the companies are using other tools. But when we see the statistics of 2022 to 2023, what happened at the time in the sense, 70% of the companies are using, now they are using Selenium. 20% of the companies are using QTP and 10% of the companies are using other tools. Okay, by seeing these statistics, what we guys have understood, we have understood that most of the companies are using QTP earlier. Nowadays most of the companies are using Selenium. Okay, there are a lot of drawbacks with this QTP, there are a lot of advantages with Selenium. There are a lot of difference between QTP and Selenium, but most of the companies are using Selenium. Why? Because Selenium, it's an open source tool, it's available for free of cost, it supports all the operating system, all the browsers, lot of advantages are there. That is what we are going to learn next. Okay, this is the average usage of tools in the software industry. Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes of time, make a quick note of this, then we'll see the difference between QTP and Selenium, then we'll start working with Selenium. Make a quick note of this, guys. Take down your notes. Make it quick.